Hi guys, good evening and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in tonight's video I will be giving you my review of the latest and very good episode we got for our favorite show, AMC's The Walking Dead, which dropped its newest episode today. Technically this episode won't be out till next week, but since I am an AMC Plus member I get to see it a week early. I know, I'm so cool. Now before I get into all of that, of course, please be warned, if you're not caught up on The Walking Dead by this episode or perhaps a previous episode, as it immediately picks up from last week's episode, you do not want to keep watching or listening, as I'm going to be discussing some pretty big spoilers. That being said, you have been warned. Let's dive right back into it. First and foremost, I love that they immediately established that, yeah, Stephanie doesn't exist, but there was a woman, a real, authentic woman on the other end of that radio line talking to and bonding with Eugene. And as much as it hurt him and it sucked seeing him hurt so bad, I loved that they established that it feels like everything she told him was true. The only thing that wasn't true was just the woman herself who physically appeared to Eugene as Stephanie, but really it was Max the whole time. So Stephanie is actually Max, which I'm pretty sure is short for Maxine. I actually liked seeing the flashbacks of her talking to Eugene when they were only talking to each other via radio and whatnot, and how they also revealed and confirmed that she and Mercer are brother and sister. So that was pretty cool. And I like how the experience, I mean, I hated seeing him hurt so bad, but I kind of like how the experience seemed to give Eugene some new perspective with how much it must have hurt Rosita and Abraham and the others when they found out that he was lying the whole time and he wasn't a scientist, and it was just a ruse to get to Washington, D.C., because now he realizes how much of an impact and how hurtful a powerful lie can be like that on someone, now that he himself was lied to, used, and manipulated. So I like that he gained some perspective on that, and I think has a newer appreciation for his already good friend and ally, Rosita. But still, I just feel so bad for the poor guy, you know? And then he was talking about, like, rejection and how I think he implied he endured nothing but rejection, which is why he wanted Stephanie to be so real, or for what they have to be so real. But there does seem to be hope, that since he seems to be willing to rewrite his manuscript for a sci-fi novel, and Max seems interested in reading it, so that's a good sign. Now, moving on to the majority of this episode, I really liked seeing a good chunk, well, not a good chunk, but important parts of the Commonwealth, like mostly Pamela, the governor, and Lance, and Mercer, and a lot of Commonwealth soldiers checking out and physically walking through Oceanside, Alexandria, and of course Hilltop. I actually liked seeing them all work together and get along for the most part, even though there's clearly some trust or mistrust issues. But I also thought it was a kind of a cool connection or reveal how Pamela actually knew Deanna, or at least knew of Deanna, since they were both familiar to the Washington political scene. And I thought that was pretty cool. It made a lot of sense to me, since both women, you know, came from politics long before the world ended. So I like that she was able to gain some perspective into, like, as to how Alexandria came to be, and then Daryl and Aaron giving her and Mercer a brief recap of, like, past history and the experiences of Alexandria and how many times the place has fallen to walkers and enemies. So that was cool. It was a pretty exciting scene where the Commonwealth and the Hilltop people took out the walkers together, even though the Commonwealth people just kind of mowed them down for them, but, you know, they did those guys a favor. So I also like seeing Mercer and Daryl get along, but I also like Mercer reminding Daryl to, like, you know, make sure that they're keeping up appearances, and he's reminding Daryl that, you know, things aren't always as they may appear or seem with the Commonwealth, whatever that may mean. But I'm still trying to figure Lance out. He doesn't strike me as a power-hungry sociopath or dictator. He's definitely ambitious. I think he means well, but I also think he's letting his obsession possibly get the better of him. And the fact that he drew out some walkers just to blow off some steam and very accurately and cleanly blow their heads off with nothing but a little pistol. Shows me that the guy is a marksman, so if need be, he is capable of killing, well, obviously killing walkers, but probably people as well. So I'm not ready to peg him as a full-blown villain yet. I think we need to see a few more episodes until we get to that title or that role is solidified. But I don't know. He and Pamela don't strike me as the uber villain types. Maybe they're just well-meaning people who have wrong or bad ideas about how to go about things or how to govern and whatnot. But it's still kind of early. You know, we still got a good chunk of episodes left in the final season, so that very well could change. But I'm not entirely convinced neither one of them is pure evil or full-blown villain. I think they're just people trying to make it, but the way they try to do it might be controversial. And I think that's one of the main reason why Maggie declined on the offer for Hilltop to ally themselves with Commonwealth, because I think it was the scene when she sees Daryl falling into formation with the other Commonwealth soldiers, and to her, he's one of the most rogue, independent free thinkers and doers that she's ever known. And for someone like him to be seemingly whipped into shape or like just fall in line or going along with the system of things, I think she's like, boy, these people are really powerful, and I don't know if I entirely trust them, so I think I'll just politely pass on their offer or something. I also liked seeing Diane again. I almost didn't recognize her without her kingdom armor on, and she always has her hair tied as well, so it's cool seeing her in civilian clothes. And Lydia as well, and Elijah. I hope he got to keep that awesome mask of his, or maybe did he lose it? Well, just nice seeing those familiar characters again. But yeah, overall, great episode. I'm hopeful for things that between Eugene and Max work out. Still not quite sure how I feel about Lance or Pamela. Like I said, I don't think they're not entirely evil, but they're not entirely good either. Oh, I also loved how Ezekiel knows Carol so well, where he immediately figures out without any hesitation that she had something to do with his getting to the front of the line to get his thyroid treated and taken out of him, which is great. I'm happy for him that he's going to be free of that tumor. But I also loved how he reminds us of how incredibly wholesome he is and genuine, because he expressed disgust at the fact that he got pushed to the front of the line, even though it was for his own well-being and benefit. How he argued that there were other people who should have really rightfully have gotten treatment first before he did. But obviously he's getting his tumor revealed, and that's what matters, although he's not entirely wrong about the unfairness of it all. But Carol did make a good point about how lesser men than him have had far more and have done far less. So I think that helped make him feel better too. So really good episode. It was a nice balance of, I think, excitement and drama amongst our characters. And I'm looking forward to see what happens next. So this is proving to be a pretty damn good season so far. And I hope you guys are enjoying it, feel the same way about it as I do. How did you enjoy it? I'd love to hear your thoughts and feelings on it. Thank you so much for watching. Have an awesome rest of your night. The Walking Dead drops new episodes every Sunday on AMC Plus and then a week later on AMC. Have an awesome rest of your night, everyone. Thanks for watching. And of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.